Welcome to this here thriving moment brought to you by the Sovereign Light radio broadcast Anchor FM, and made also available on 6 other different platform distributions. Live from North York, Ontario. I am your hostess, Reverend Maria Arvanites, and with us here today, outside of Newcastle upon Tyne, United Kingdom, Laura Thomson. Hello, Laura. Welcome to the show. Folks, today we have Laura Thomson, the awareness coach. Laura Thomson is from United Kingdom, who was born on the 17th of December, 1974, and now lives just outside of Newcastle upon Tyne. Her intimate family include her mother, 2 sisters, daughter, Bethany, and granddaughter, Esme. Laura has been working on herself and through a difficult childhood for just over 20 years, using various spiritual tools that would include Reiki, Angelic Reiki, and now Golden Light Attunement. These are familiar techniques to help with the release of underlying emotions and traumas, the letting go of self-defeating cycles for more healthier states to position in life with. Laura loves animals and has in the past worked giving conservation talks to zoo visitors, teaching others to care for animals and the environment in which they live. She loves all animals, but has an affinity with dogs and connects spiritually to big cats, especially lions. Laura believes that animals, and especially our pets, that they come to teach us lessons such as love and loyalty. And Laura has recently discovered the values of regular meditation, and after resisting it for many years, she has discovered how to focus on the highest expression of our true light by allowing difficult emotions to move right through us. And her motto is, by releasing past hurts, we can come closer to the ever-evolving truth of who we are. And make sure to check out Laura's YouTube channel. Perhaps this will be posted there one day, and where you can discover short videos and to sample her energy healing services. And golden light healing combined with crystal energy healing can be made available there as well. The YouTube channel is linked to her Facebook page, where a 1-hour session can be booked. And welcome to Laura Thomson, the awareness coach, and she can share with us today how that we can to function and vibrate higher energetically. Hi, Laura.
Right.
So, what got you interested in healing?
I think I was, when I was young, 19, 20, I was very kind of closed off to anything, any sort of emotions. I didn't really feel anything, because I'd just gradually shut myself down over the years, until there was just basically nothing left, and I'd left a relationship, and that kind of decided that I didn't want anything to do with trust or God or anybody else, and once that happened, I just went into darkness, and a few years later I met somebody who was talking about all this spiritual stuff, and it was really resonating with us. But he was doubled over one day with pain from his stomach, and he said, I have to go and see my friend who does Reiki. So we went there, and he came out about an hour later, and he was bouncing, he was jumping about, and he was absolutely fine. And that was what initially started as the interest in Reiki. And she obviously talked to us about emotions and how you can let go of the emotion to help you physically. So that was where it first started.
So what does healing feel like to you, or have you had any people reviews or clients say to you, or firsthand, how does it feel like?
It depends on the client. So usually it can just be warmth that spreads through your body. You can get pins and needles. Some people can go off into seeing things, usually nice things, angels, that sort of thing. Because it depends on where you're at spiritually when you come in and sit down with me, and what you're ready to kind of what you're ready to experience. So I'll kind of just, the energy that comes in from me will take you to the highest that you're ready for. So if you're ready for angels, then angels will come in. But if you're just ready to feel warmth and relaxed, then that'll be what you feel. Do you know what I mean?
So let's go there. Let's go there to talk about angels.
Yes.
Angelic healing. What is that? Angelic Reiki angelic healing.
Well, the difference between the two, Reiki is basically that everybody's kind of got the ability to heal, whether it's themselves or other people. And I read a book, I can't remember, years and years ago, about you just imagine the top of your head opening up and light coming in through your head and down through your third eye and through your throat and into your heart and then out through your hands, and you'll feel a little energy that comes through that. And what Reiki does is it uses symbols to open you up further, to channel more energy, more love and light energy. And then angelic Reiki uses symbols, but there's no attunement like there is with Reiki. There is an attunement, but it's from the angels. You don't have someone sitting in front of you putting symbols into your head to help you channel energy. It's the angel. You have to you meditate and you get yourself to a really high, as high as you can. Like when you've been meditating for a long time, you'll get yourself to a high vibration, and then the angels will come in and they just, I don't know how to say it, apart from they kind of place it within you to be able to help connect with them while you're healing. So after that, what you tend to notice is when you're doing treatments is that you'll feel an angel come in, a beautiful light, and you'll be, say I was at somebody's head if they're lying down, the angel come and stand at their feet and channel energy there. And then I'll get little kind of intuitions from them to see where my hands are meant to be and where I'm meant to channel energy. And sometimes if I'm doing a treatment and someone's sensitive, they'll feel that energy of that angel come and put their hands on that person, because they'll know I'm at the head, and then they'll say to me, there's somebody at my feet, and I'll say, yeah, it's the angels, and that's when it really clicks with them that it's angelic healing.
Also, they're feeling someone there.
Yeah.
With their eyes closed, but not really seeing anything, just feeling.
They can feel it, yes. And sometimes the angel the energy that comes in feels angelic, and then they'll realize it's a passed away loved one that's come in angelic form. I've had that happen before. It's a very interesting healing. But now with golden light, it's kind of gone beyond any of that, and now it's just whoever comes in, whatever they're into, if they're into shamanic healing, or they're into angels, or they're into or they like going to spiritual circles and being medium, connecting mediumship wise, then that'll be what comes in to their treatment. You know what I mean? So if somebody is very religious and come in, and it's they're with God, then they might feel whoever they are most connected to, a saint, or I haven't had that before, but I know that will be what happens if somebody comes in from the church. You know, they'll feel whoever it is that they most identify with to come in and help them heal. Like if it's Mother Mary, they'll feel her come in, that presence, or what they imagine her to be, to help them, because it's what you're able to trust, I think, to open you up to the most healing that you can receive that day, if you know what I mean.
And why golden light rather than, let's say, the purple Saint Germain light, or yeah, I guess that's a secondary color. But why the golden light is primary? But why the golden light?
Golden light was given to me. I was told that was what it was. It wasn't me who kind of said, "Oh." I didn't search it on the internet. It was given to me. I had to give up the symbols from Reiki, and the angels came in and took the symbols from the angelic. I had to give it all away to receive a higher healing, which was golden light, and that came through spirit.
Can you describe some of those symbols? Are they sigils? Are they emblems of how they connect to Reiki?
I can describe the Reiki symbols, but it's not what I ultimately do now. You can Google them on any website, on the internet search now. You can Google. There's chakra ray, which keeps the person that you're healing, because the symbols are placed in your hands. It keeps the person that you're healing from feeling your stuff. You know what I mean? It stops your stuff. It'll let healing light come through your hands, but it won't let your stuff, anything you're worried about or anything you're dealing with, come through to that person, so that what they're getting is pure love and light.
Is it like a geometry of sorts?
I've never really thought very much about it. The only symbol that I've thought a lot about was Zen, which is it's, if you're going to send healing over a distance, you use that. You basically, you can get whatever you want to represent the person that you're sending it to. Say, like if you get a teddy bear, you know, and you can draw the symbol Zen onto their forehead and say, this represents the energy body of whoever you want to send it to. This was a long time ago, because it's Reiki.
Sorry, what is it? What symbol is it? Is it like a letter? Is it a figure? Is it, what kind of structure is it taking? What is it? Is it an alphabet?
No, it's a Japanese symbol, because Reiki comes from Japan. A guy called Yusui. He was the first person who he meditated on a mountain for, I think it was like 21 days. And all of a sudden these symbols started coming in his third eye. and he then started to pass it on to other people. So it's not kind of a known, it's not a symbol that you'll see every day. But if you Google Reiki symbols, they will come up and you can have a look. It's very hard to describe without kind of, you know, I can't really, it's too complicated to describe.
Okay, so what about, okay, so there's sigils, or there's symbols, and with each symbol represents a chakra?
No. Hanjin helps you to send Reiki over a distance. Shukuri is a protective symbol. Heiseki is emotional healing symbol. So it depends what you are wanting to put into that person. So if they want emotional healing, you do Heiseki. You draw Heiseki over them. You just use your hand and draw the symbol over them, and then that comes in for the emotional healing. But truthfully, I didn't really use the symbols very much after, because I just trusted it. I just trusted that they were all within me anyway. So if that person needed it, that would be what they got. And it did seem to work that way. So the symbols kind of just went by the wayside after a while.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Wow. And can you tell me about how you apply crystals into this now?
Crystals in the videos, I don't tend to use them in sessions, although I can if somebody's interested in them. If I'm doing it within a session, I'll just take a bowl of crystals and put them on the bed, on the massage couch, and they'll pick what crystal they're most drawn to, and I'll know by that what they're starting to deal with. So if they pick like an amethyst, then it's something to do with the third eye, it's something to do with their psychic development, or, you know, I'll be told anyway, I'll get an intuition about what it's about. Or if it's, say, can't think, if it's rose quartz, it's something to do with the heart chakra, you know, and I'll ask them about, is there anything happening in your relationships, in your love life, you know, surrounding your family, or have you had any trouble? And I think normally what happens with me, I don't tend to use them anymore, just because I don't need them anymore. I know now if somebody comes to us, I'll tend to connect with them as soon as they walk through the door, even sometimes before I even see them. I'll connect and I'll feel what they're feeling, as empaths do. And then I'll start there. I'll say, you've been feeling like this. I feel like you've been feeling like this. And they'll say yes. And then it'll open up to whatever it is that they're dealing with. And then I'll help by putting energy into the thing that they want to deal with, to help them release it. And then they move on with their life, or another aspect of that will come up. So, and we'll have to deal with that.
How has healing helped you?
I don't think I'd be here without healing. Truthfully, really truthfully, because it's been there when there's been no one else. And I've always been able, whatever I felt like, I've always been able to just put my hands on myself and feel that love when there was no other love in my life. And that is so valuable. It just, I can't put price on that, you know. But it's helped us because it's helped us let go of memories, to get past PTSD. It's helped us to get over nightmares. It's helped us to let go emotionally of all the conditioning, like when you're growing up and people are telling you this or people are telling you that, and the negative things that you're being told, and even letting go of things to do with when you're born and you're basically told, right, well, you're a girl, so you're going to be this way, and you're going to, and then everybody goes to school 9 to 5, so they train you to go to work 9 to 5 to work for whatever money, and you don't get told that, well, actually, if you find the thing that you love to do, that's the thing that could also make you money. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, we can go there, absolutely. I was told the other that you know, in order to make money and earn a living, you got to do things that you don't like to do. What you don't like doing will make you money. What you do like doing will not make you money. That's what
but that's what you're told. Do you know what I mean? And it's letting go of aspects of that sort of condition, and that can help you to kind of take off in the thing that you want to do, rather than the thing that you're told that you should do, even though you don't like it, and it's draining all your energy and you feel horrible because you're doing it.
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a real tough one.
It really is.
To relearn.
It is. And there's many aspects, you know. It's amazing how many things you say to a child, and I've done it as well. It's amazing how many things you say to a child in one day that they take in, and then you say it the next day and they take it in, you know. And it's letting go of all of those aspects, and that's why healing takes some time to do, you know. It's not just like that.
I'm gonna challenge for you. Can you describe, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter.
Uh-oh.
Can you describe healing in one word?
Flow.
You know, I'm just thinking, can I describe it? I would say relief.
Yes, can be relief.
Relief.
For sure.
That's what it feels like, relief.
It's like it's like your whole body. It's like when you get a cold and your nose is blocked. Apart from it's your whole body that's blocked with emotion. And when you blow your nose, it clears and you feel better, don't you? So that's what happens, hopefully, in a treatment. You clear that energy. But again, with a cold, you have to do it more than once before it goes. Do you know what I mean? You have to blow your nose more than once.
Right. Okay, because it keeps coming back. And similar to that, I'm thinking, you know, how we think, how, you know, we have to change our way of thinking, our perspective, how we see the world. And many times we have to do it from those areas too, energetically.
It's on many different levels. You can heal one thing on one level, and you still have to heal it on. You can heal it on a psychic level, and then you have to heal it on the emotional level, and then it'll heal on the physical level. So it'll keep coming round. The same thing keeps coming round until you've released it all, and then you're free from that cycle, whatever cycle. Like say that you're choosing the wrong kind of person to go out with, to have a relationship with, and each person hurts you the same way each time. It's that you're in a cycle. Do you know what I mean? Or if you're always attracted to people you can't have.
That's called karma. Isn't that called karma? Lessons to learn.
Yeah. Yes and no. Yes, it both links in together. So you have to be in a place where you have been conditioned into something before you can get into a cycle of karma. You know, the conditioning brings you to that cycle so that you can live through it. And then when you let go of each aspect of that cycle that you're reliving, you're released from that cycle, and then you move up. Do you know what I mean?
Right. But then also we get people like, I don't know, me anyway, and I know you have that in you too, where we rebel. We have to go through that
Well, yeah,
stage because I really rebelled. I so rebelled into, and I went through a maybe 10 years of darkness or something where I was godless. I
yeah, yeah.
didn't like God because God was a man. I just
Yeah,
like
all right, I get you.
arrogant.
Yeah, I
What
get you.
arrogant people, and then everybody's promoting and supporting, and including women, and they're like devaluing themselves, and
Mm.
then turn around and want equal rights. And it's like, how do you expect to get anywhere when you see your higher self as just a man, or your
Yeah,
chat?
we live in a very confusing world, and but again, that's conditioning, isn't it? It's telling a child, God is this, God is that, God is the other, and when you kind of get rid of all that condition, you realize that God is just everything,
Oh yeah.
male and female, but it still sticks in there. I've still got that.
Not a
I can feel it talking to you, that's to be worked on, that the male side is to be worked on because of the male that I don't like God being.
toxic male. And we get all these divisions all of a sudden: race, gender, and we keep dividing even more.
Yeah, that's right.
Thinking
That's
even
right.
with this currency from fiat to crypto, and I'm thinking every person's going to be a banker. Oh, good luck with that. How's that going to work for us? Create our own coin.
Who knows? Who knows? I stopped watching the news quite a long time ago. I like to be honest, because it's not something I've got power in my life. I've got power in who I am and what I do, and I know that if I change what's inside me, then my outside is going to change. You
Well,
know.
why I'm saying this is because money is a currency, and energy and healing have a lot to do with this, but then that's an artificial recreation of exactly how we engage with each other as a form of trade, and how we're going to engage with each other, that I give to you and I receive something in return, and we use that thing called money, but really it's energy.
Yeah, money's energy.
And healing,
It depends on how much you open up. You can open up to receive.
yeah, and healing is everything to do with energy, enlightenment, and breathing in and breathing out. And a lot of us only know how to breathe out, and then what happens?
Yeah, you're right there. Like, okay, you don't know how to receive. I've had that recently with meditation, because I went to a Buddhist monastery that I like to go to. That's not far from me, and I started to meditate there, and I was sitting. First, it's quite a long story.
Tell us, when did you start? How old were you? I mean, like, how many years ago was this that you're talking about this
That was only a few weeks ago.
Oh.
I discovered I had a guy called Frank. He's the lady I was talking to at the time when she helped us to bring him in. He's a Tibetan monk. And that made sense because I had been going to monasteries for quite a long time and I didn't really understand why. But anyway, she helped us to bring this guy in. I think his real name is Francis, but I can call him Frank, he says. So anyway, I went to the Dharma hall, which is like the meditation hall, and there was no one in it. But it's like a big wooden hall. It's beautiful. And Buddha was sitting at the front of it, probably about 30 feet away, and I was just sitting opposite Buddha, and I was being told kind of what to do. If I need to let go of something, Frank will say to us. I didn't know it was Frank, but it is Frank. He'll say to me, "Are you prepared?" And ultimately, answer to that is always yes, because they've always prepared us for what I'm about to let go of. And then he'll say, are you willing? Are you willing to let go? And that's the biggest question, because they have to have permission before they can help you let go of whatever it is that you let go of. So he was saying things like that to us, and are you willing to open your heart? And what I did was I said yes, and I felt my heart open. And then it was like the statue was embodying the energy of Buddha, and I felt the energy come from Buddha into me, and it was like a healing. It was like if I go to my mentor for a healing, it was like that, but just amazingly strong. And that's because I had been working on trying to letting myself receive, like you're saying, breathing in. I hadn't been breathing in. I'd only been breathing out, I'd only been given. And that was the first time in that hall where I allowed the universe to give me something back. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, because we go into these resistances, and like I was saying, rebellion and resistance, and that only works against us. That's where the blockages are created, because we create our own blockages.
Oh yeah, it was bad crack when you resist, because I did that with God as well. I said, I'm not going to trust you anymore. And I've never been in such blackness. I really haven't.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. But
oh, me too. Yeah, I started at 15. And I was searching outside of myself, and I already knew that I was into women. I mean, I liked my own gender. I was reaching out to find myself as well, and I think it had a lot to do with patriarchy. I think it had a lot to do me being pushed into a situation where, hey, I'm a female. Why am I being ejected, rejected, outcasted for having my period? Now I'm not allowed in church anymore. I'm not allowed to take any Sunday school, because now all of a sudden there's a different level that I'm not allowed to dive deeper into, because of my sex, or because of my gender. And because I came from a Christian Orthodox background. And what got me to open up, when I started rebelling, I started opening up, because it was always like a shelter, like, oh, we are better than this religion, or we are better than these people, and and all this crazy stuff. And what did I do? I reached out, and I started going. I think my first place was a Hare Krishna place that I went to.
Right.
I think he was East Indian, and he took me there. This was like my first date. We went in there, it was amazing. And how the kids are, they don't really have any sexual interactions or anything like that. But what got me through the full circle was going back into the Hindu religion that they call spirituality. I'm totally about that. Religion is too indoctrinized, and it's like, anyway. So, but what did help me through was the least amount of conflict pantheon that there is out there, that had to do with Hinduism. And so I went and I started it's so many years later, I'm telling you, from 1986 to 2006. So there must have been, because after that I started getting into Wicca, and I started getting into other theologies, and I discovered one thing, that I'm into goddess very much, but I wasn't relating to their horned god. I just was not relating to that aspect. Maybe because I'm a city girl, I have no idea, but I wasn't relating to that, accepting 6 months of the year to be this way, and then the other 6 months of the year to be in darkness. And so
it's not being, it's your mate. If you got a male and female side and you're not related, you've pushed away your male side.
Oh, I was getting pushed from all sorts because,
No, I mean from within you.
ah,
You're not accepting your male side because you've decided that you don't like, if you don't like God being a man, and you think that that men, like, they wrote the Bible and they wrote women out of the Bible, and do you know what I mean? So you reject that whole male,
oh yeah.
your inside male as well.
Women, they were just too aggressive, like ego driven, even I just, and then I found that during certain times of the year that men were like more feminine, and then so I was only relating to the feminine side
Yeah.
until I met Shiva, Shankar, Vishnu, Brahma,
Right.
right? And I thought, well, that's not a woman, that's a male god, right? So, and so he actually, that was the god that reintroduced me back into the light, unbelievably. But yes, that was, I had to go through Shiva, and it's
Yeah,
amazing.
there's
I'm like,
always a way, like, isn't
oh,
there?
what happened there? But I'm getting like goosebumps and things. But yeah, it was quite a journey. It was such a journey. But I think that we all have to kind of go through the darkness and rebel somewhat,
Yeah.
and make it through
Yeah.
the other side where we can become receptive again. I just found that the masculine side was way too aggressive. It was like the toxic masculine, that had the false feminine attached to it, where it had to bleed through war and conflict and killing
Right.
and taking and pillaging and raping, and that was far too aggressive, and what do you call it, not wild, but it was in its raw stage that it needed kind of refining. And I don't know, but it was just too aggressive for me to accept that kind of patriarchy.
Too angry.
The angry, vengeful god, I'm like, are you kidding me? you know and predator at that, like eat or be eaten, and I still see it amongst, the toxic god, that patriarchy is still out there, and we need to kind of go through a catharsis. Humanity needs to go through an entire, and it's all coming to the surface right now, and we do what we can. This is about you, and oh my god, but that was my experience, and I feel like you're doing me right now. What a great way to
Sorry.
get to know each other.
I tend to stay away from. I don't know. I just don't. I don't have that in my life anymore. I don't really. I don't know. I don't see that. I don't run in the circles that show me that kind of.
Warrior kind of, I don't either, that kind of talk.
Angry man and weak female. I kind of balanced myself, and
Yeah.
now I think I see the balanced, or maybe I just don't talk to that many. I just avoid that sort of side of things. I don't know whether I don't attract it, or I just don't want to go near it.
It's quite a book, and I'll let you know when I have written it or had the movie, to quite see it. But it is quite a story that we live out, or this journey through this human experience, and it is quite a dance that we do with the soul and spirit together dancing. You see, that's the whole learning.
It's crazy, like, yeah, it is, and it's amazing that the universe or God or whoever it is, like you want to call it, is always about 50 steps ahead. It always knows where you are are going to what it needs to bring in to help you on your journey. And feeling supported, to make you feel supported in your journey, and to kind of put people on your path that are there at the right time, to kind of get you forward, to help you move forward.
Well, I was also told that when you're first starting out and you're having a hard time because you're too controlling, I'm referring to me, like so controlling, you got to learn how to kind of get out of your own way.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot. Yeah,
Let it go, right? And be able to
yeah.
trust enough that that how reliable are people? How much more reliable can the outside be more reliable than you, like me? And why would they want to be? Why would they care so much? And so that's why I have a hard time with that.
Yeah, I think I've got to a point where I rely on kind of the spiritual aspects of the guides and whoever it is that's helping us. I trust them more than, and then they'll tell me who's. I'll get a feeling about people straight away. If I usually anyway, if I need to, I'll get a feeling about who I can talk to, how much I can say, and who not to bother with.
I'm getting a glitch here. um so how much are we oh, it's going to come back to me again, but how much are we allowed to accept and give ourselves permission to accept the help? Because I find that even through all my experiences, what I'm studying here, the case analysis of this, the study, the case study that strangers. I was 15 and I went almost, I guess my dad threw me out, and I went downtown and whatever I was searching, and I found that through strangers, if you don't really know a person, God works through these people. God works, and the angels, they're all messengers. These people are like messengers that come to engage with you for whatever reason, even at a donut shop. And you start engaging with somebody and you open up, they're like messengers. But the more you start getting to know them and form relationships with them, that's where I have my kind of mental attachments that form the prisons, and all these other issues that I can't attach myself to. I'm fine.
Yeah, I was going to mention attachments because I think that's where things do get sticky when you do attach yourself to people, because then it becomes draining,
and distorted. Everything becomes like, oh, and how much do I rely on this person in this moment? I can rely on you, but tomorrow I don't think I can rely on you because I've changed already.
Yeah. I think it's more trusting your journey, isn't it? More trusting your journey and letting people come in and come out and come in and come out, and just standing in your own self and doing. If you want to do something, then you do it yourself, and if somebody offers help, then accept it, but don't expect them to do anything beyond that, and just always come back to yourself.
And I've been learning that through the family, friends, social interaction dynamics, that through life from a very young, felt like an alien, like an ET. And I'm learning these things firsthand in this, like other people just talk about it like New Age. And I'm like actually going through it. And that's what I've been, using those experiences to come up with my own kind of
you've got to do it your own way, and it's you can be imprisoned in the past, what people have put. People try and keep you where they're happy with you being, and it's quite hard to break out of that. There's some sort of kind of ceiling that you have to break through to
the more
to
family,
move beyond. The
more family members you have, the more relationships you have, the more you're like in that matrix, I think.
Yeah, I get you there. Like, that makes sense.
And so as you can tell folks firsthand how easy you are to talk to, and how you helped me through a few things that you brought up in me right now through your light and your caring and sharing with me. Not only me opening up the space, but you as well for me. And this is what you're capable of. This is what Laura Thomson can do for all of you. You know, she's very easygoing, that you can actually open up to her and trust and heal and enlighten some more.
Thank you.
You're helping people to work through by bringing up their past memories, and through yours, and I love it. And
It's trying to help bring things up without it being painful.
oh yeah, and you're not going by all this schooling that makes you dumber, and you're just going like, okay, we're going through this now, and then you're writing interests and recommending some dummy down pills.
Yeah, I'll try not to do that. Like.
And so we covered just about everything, what particular experiences that stand out. And that was just a few weeks ago while healing. And you've taken it a step further from Hinduism to Buddhism. I noticed that. And also the golden light, I also use that as mana. I use that as the nurturer, because what we lack, we become. That part of us that we can't kind of have on the outside, and we feel that that's something that we're denying and neglecting from within us, that part, as
I don't think I understood that. Say that again, sorry.
I just feel that for instance, I feel like my inner child hasn't been nurtured enough, has been rejected, has been abused, and I take that nurturing aspect, and I'm being my own nurturer, my own mother, myself.
But that's the only way.
Yes. And so, like you were saying, for your example, you were using love. So it's not outside, so you become it to yourself.
Yeah, I get it, yes. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And
I've looked at quite a lot of like years and years ago. I looked at Wicca. I don't think the most I ever did was kind of, if this person loves us, they'll come back. But I've never kind of said, I was always very careful about what I was putting out.
I studied Wicca for many years, and it's psychology again. It's like another form of psychology. And
Right.
you can identify with certain archetypes, but then that puts you into a sort of prison again.
Yeah, I think it's just intention. The whole thing, the whole religion, or is just intent. It's all boils down to intention and gratefulness, and what you can let in your current state. Because you can wish for something as a million times over, but if you're not ready to receive it, it ain't coming.
It's that you have to find the planetary alignment.
That's right. It's yeah. But that just shows you how powerful you are.
And we learn these things when we get retrogrades, external, and we learn how to do these things. And so that's for sovereign beings, that they're most powerful during those times, whereas others are influenced in a negative way, you see.
I don't know much about planetary alignments. I just know that you have to be aligned within yourself to receive. And
Wicca pretty much kind of revolves around those things,
All right. But is that just a belief?
Well, they take each planetary influence, and like the Kabbalah, and also the chakras, everything is tied in, and Wicca is pretty old itself. And the symbols, I mean, with every religion, they have something to offer, that when we wake up, we can use all those things. Like the cross is amazing. It's like the tube torus. you know, that the pillar that comes out from, you know, that's our consciousness, our spirit, and then you know, from the heart it comes out again on a horizontal, I'm thinking, you know, kind of going in a 3D kind of, this is how far our heart reaches out. And
Okay.
everything we've been saying, this is what the cross represents, and that's the resurrection. And there's 3 resurrection levels. And
What are they?
of course, it's all to do with the Trinity, the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, Holy Trinity. I like the Holy Trinity.
Yeah. I'm open to all faiths, and
Yeah,
you know, and
that's what I'm trying to say.
they educate and we learn from them, but then we get to a level where we must become the middleman. There, we don't need the middleman, and that we can ascend from all of that and become our own sovereign light beings, creators in the light, that we are not victims anymore to the worship and the enslavement of those judgments that we put ourselves in little prisons, and you know, in many kind of split off from the oneness into many divides. And so
That defeats the object of what I mean, I was brought up in a Christian background, and that defeats the object of what Christ was saying. You know, that the only thing that I kind of take,
hello, you're freezing.
only thing I believe about what?
Oh, you were freezing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Internet connection.
Okay, so you're maybe we can come to a close now. Are you there?
Yeah. I am here.
Okay, so maybe we can wrap this up, because you started freezing, and maybe that's
fair enough.
a little sign there saying that we have to kind of wrap it up. But I would love to have you on here again for a second season, and we can discuss more things. Now, when will you start to give readings? We really didn't, in closing, would you like to say something in closing? Hello.
I'm hoping in the next couple of months. I've got some games that I'm trying out on.
Okay, so you're kind of I don't know, but something's going on with your camera and your hello.
Okay, well, we'll probably have to say goodbye then.
Yes, yes.
All right, well, it was lovely talking to you.
Yes, the pleasure is mutual, and it's been an honor and a real pleasure to have you on here today.
All right, thank you very much.
Bye now.
See you later. Bye.